Hey folks, welcome to B5 Bricks. In today's video, continuing with my micro city mocks, this is of course Midtown New York, which prominently features the Lego architecture Chrysler Building. My aim is to accurately portray the surrounding 3 blocks adjacent to the Chrysler Building. So looking at where the United Nations HQ is on the East River, if you head west across Midtown on East 42nd Street, you will get to the corner of Lexington Avenue, and this is the heart of where my mock is. At this scale, I could only include from 3rd Avenue up to Park Avenue, so this is like a 3x3 city block grid. So to give some context, obviously this is the iconic Chrysler Building. Here it is in situ in Midtown, and at the bottom right you can see it up close there. In the middle is Grand Central Station, that green roofed building, and that's where I started my mock, from that corner. And if you look just to the left is that odd triangular shaped black skyscraper. Remember that, as it's quite distinctive. In this view, you can see the large angular Metlife Building right in the centre with Grand Central at its base, and then 2 blocks to the right is the Chrysler Building. So I've included all this area up to the Metlife Building. Oh, and another good point of reference is that very slender black skyscraper on the left. Here's a good shot of the area, so I'm including all the buildings in the foreground up to the Metlife Building. This is Grand Central Station, another truly iconic New York building, probably most famous for its interior, and there's the Metlife Building behind it. I always think of it as the Pan Am Building, as when I was a kid it was, and it had a huge sign on it saying Pan Am. But I didn't want to include this building as it's so large and distinctive, and it would just overshadow the mock and the Chrysler Building. At my scale, it's a bit tricky to get those neoclassical features of Grand Central, but I gave it a good go. And so here we are. I hope you can notice many of the key buildings in the area. For this city layout, I used single stud wide tiles for roads, but for Lexington Avenue I used 2 studs wide as it is a larger road. I love this packed in feeling of density. A closer look at Grand Central, I made good use of the sand green slopes here and palisade profile bricks for the base with ornate gold pieces. I hope I did it justice. There's that tall black slender tower that I mentioned earlier just off 3rd Avenue. And that weird triangular black skyscraper right in the middle there, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I think it's pretty accurate. So I suppose this is the front of the mock. I reused that New York printed tile from the architecture set. It's a really handy piece. Makes it look kind of official. As you get further down 3rd Avenue, there are quite a few low density apartments and stores. From above they actually add a nice bit of colour and texture, as there are even a few run down buildings here. And that's juxtaposed with the modern glass fronted skyscrapers that surround this area. To achieve this look, I kept it super simple, using corner Erling bricks inside to create a cuboid structure, and thankfully I've got a shed load of transclear tiles for the exteriors. I like this very rudimentary, simplified, blocky style. It's made with jumper plates and blocks, and New York has loads of these stepped, tiered style skyscrapers because of the air zoning rights and regulations, and I've made sure to accurately portray that in the neighbourhood. Well, hopefully I have. The official Lego Chrysler Building is great, although the spire isn't quite right for me, but it's hard to do in Lego. And the white plates that make up the building, I think they should have been silver, but hey ho, it's still stunning. Overall, as a little snapshot of Midtown, I love it. The Chrysler Building stands out and isn't overshadowed by its surrounding architecture. I'll be honest, I didn't get the exact height of some of the buildings. It's not perfect, but it's kind of due to the source material like images and Google Maps just not being that good to be able to get an idea of the different sizes. So it's as close as I could get it without actually being there to measure it myself. I love the overhead view. I do hope it's unmistakably New York, and I've really enjoyed imposing this accuracy challenge on myself to create a real life neighbourhood in Lego. It was really fun to do. And when I come to rebuilding my micro Gotham City, I will definitely be using the lessons learned here with a grid layout of 4 to 6 studs for each block. I like it a lot and it makes it more realistic. So it's a goodbye from New York, and hey folks, thank you so much for watching. If you're a native New Yorker, I hope this pleases you, or if you're familiar with Midtown, I hope it's a cool representation that you appreciate. See you in the next video folks, bye!